All right, let's get smashing. So this is gold for today. Now this is Monday, this is Tuesday. As you can see, Tuesday we went up from the Astro. It was right where we wanted to get up to. I said there'd be a sudden movement. So that sudden move, as you can see, bang, bang, came in, went all the way down into the Astro hour, and then back up to retrace. That was a target. That target is made today. Okay, remember we said we'd get down there. Now, Astro hours, I've posted them on the website in the members area, plus I put them here. So from here, going back up is not a bad idea at all. This is like a good pullback. And if you take a look at the daily, okay, there might still be a bit more room to go. But if we do go long, okay, if we go back up again, we should come back down to break this level. Okay, so be smart. We should come back here into this zone. This is your indecision bar, so we should dip down into this zone again as well. Here we've got 53, so keep an eye out for 1958. If the market goes back up into the weekly, going back down is not a bad idea in my opinion. That should kind of like bring us back into 1958 here. And that's that zone there. All right, right there. You can see 1957.73. On the weekly, as you can see, we've got room to come down to 52, which is all the way down to 1950. All right, so 1950 should also be on the cards for us. Right here, 1949. All right, so this zone is still on the cards. So if if the market does come up as well, selling is not a bad idea. I talked about 2007 yesterday. Okay, that was on the daily plus the weekly, I think. I think it was, where was it? 2007. It must have been somewhere here, okay, because I would have had it from a PST level. Okay, 2007 plus the 2015. So the market touched there nicely, okay, and then pushed down, and that's the sudden move, as you can see, I talked about. That we're expecting a sudden move to come in after that 345, sudden move hitting the target, and then major sell-off into the Astro hours there. As you can see here, the market broke down, bounced up into the Astro hour, and just breaks through. Okay, so shouldn't be any surprises here if you also read yesterday's comments as well. Okay. So that's gold. So going up, if the market is around here, going up is not a bad idea. If we come up into these Astro hours, we want to sell down as well. That's also good too. The market, as you can see, the low of this, let me bring this down here. Right. This is the low. The market closed below that low. Okay. So here we are, and it closed that gap as well. So it should have a bit of a push up because of that little gap. It closed it in and is pushing up. So if we do dip back down, if we hang around here, going back up a little bit, you can get a day trade in there, possibly to come up to the weekly pivot again. Then you want to sell off again. Okay, but remember the trend is up, so you got to be careful. All right. So this is a buy zone, sell zone at Astro hours. If we're going down, the daily pivot is also here. Don't take that. Let's refresh. The daily pivot is also here. So selling at this zone, 1989, 1990 is not a bad idea if we get back up there. And we could get up into that zone by 230. Okay, 233, this zone here. Okay, so that could be the way to take care of that. Now let's take a look at SP 500 and take it from there. Now with the SP 500, let's take a look at the daily. Okay, as you know, here we are. Now this zone I said is a sell zone. Okay, well this is a resistance zone, so we want to be selling off. But remember, this is the last manipulation before the fall off. Yesterday we had 39.23 as a target, 4,179, and that was done yesterday. Okay, and that's the Astro hour, as you can see. So at the Astro hours we were still there. That was also a target. Remember why? Because despite the fact that this is your resistance zone, this is the last manipulation bar, right? So if I was to, I'll keep this here. I'll just add another one here. So this zone is a nice place to sell off for the market, and there's also a bit of a gap here. So we should expect the market to go up before a deeper sell into here, okay, into this zone there. So going up a little bit is still on the cards, and I think it's fair game to buy on a pullback too. 4,220 is there, 50, 4,250. So 4,220, 4,250 is right there. Okay, so coming up into this zone, I think, can still be logical simply because the market should pick up a little bit. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. The market should pick up a little bit, okay, and then sell off. So that 4,220 is, one of the logical places, as you can see. Plus, it's done those targets there. Okay. Now, this was the goodbye kiss zone, but like I said, it's a bit close, right? So that's the impulse wave. And if you take a look at the impulse wave, let me get rid of this. Let me bring this here and there. Okay, and that should take us into there. And a good place to sell is going to be above the 50 zone, because then that's going to be a premium price. Okay, so that's going to be like a good premium price, and then we should push it down into this zone. Then we'll get a really good discount, and then we could go back up again. All right, so that's how we're going to plan it. So what does that really mean for us on a small time scale? When the market comes back down into daily, weekly, okay, what we can do is look for a buy opportunity. Both the daily and the weekly are fair game. Okay, so if the market does dip back down, going back up is good. What you want to do as the market goes up is obviously to make sure you get you cover your trade. Okay, another good level is down here where the market picked up, as you can see, because this is the bar that broke out here. Okay, that broke that level there, and then the pullback, mind you, it's covered it all, so it has pretty much come back down. But if we do dip back down, okay, especially in New York opening, if we like down somewhere, let's say, let me just do this. Okay, let's do this. Let's see if we can bring this here, like a New York session, right, from 336, 230 actually, let's do 230. Okay, and then you got 335, it's going to be there. Okay, and then you got the 435. Okay, but that 335 and the 235 are looking pretty good. Okay, so this zone is nice. If we like find ourselves down here somewhere going back up, it's not a bad idea at all. All right, and look out for 645. That could be a nice retracement. I made a note of that in the members area. Okay, so it could be like a bounce up, come back, go up kind of thing. Okay, if we're down here. If we're up here somewhere, it could be like go down, up, and then push further down. Okay. All right, so that's how it is. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Euro dollar. This is where we are. Look at that. Beautiful. That's exactly what we said. Come up here, sell off. Look at that precision. That is precision. All right. Astro hours right here, nailed it. If you did it, well done. All right. This is just perfect trading, as you can see. Now what to do? Your first support 44, 1.0546, 1.0546. It's going to be your first support of the day. If we go below this, any pull up is a sell opportunity. Also, there's a bit of a gap here, but if the market does go up, we want to sell. Okay, but this is your first support zone. Let's take a look at the weekly as well. On the weekly, we've got that for a target. So if it breaks down that level, you got 1.0486. That's going to be your target, 1.0486 all the way down here. So targeting these levels, right, is not a bad idea. If the market goes back up into the daily, weekly, especially this zone here, as you can see, this is where the big push happened yesterday. So if the market like kind of goes back up into there, all right, then, daily, weekly, that zone is good to push back down again, in my opinion. All right, let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Bitcoin. All right, now with the Dow Jones as well, let's go here. Right here, this is the Dow Jones. So the market, as you can see, right in there. If you just put your Astro hours as well, you should be okay, right? That's your 5,315 should be around here somewhere. Okay, let's just check it out. Okay, yesterday, what do we have? We had, that's your 130, we had 1240. Okay, so 1240 there, that's on that bar there. Okay, and then we had 10 past 3, 10 past 3, oops, 10 past 3 is there. Then we were expecting a sudden move. That's your 350 there. Okay, sudden move into, whoops, into there. Okay, sudden move coming down. And then what? Then we had the market after the sudden move pushing up towards 9:30, 11 o'clock. That's your 9:30, 11 o'clock there. All right. So that's that. Now then, plus, what do we have? We should have had this one, yeah? 715, 725. 715 is there. 715, 725 is that bar exact, actually. Okay, from here, up move, then a down move, and then back an up move. So Dow Jones, what to do? Nice. Okay, so we're in this zone, but remember, we want to break above this, close the gap, get up into this zone, and then sell later on. Okay, so what we're going to do this month is going to be volatile, and that's fine, which is exactly what we're looking for. So I want to get back up into this zone and then sell off. All right, so that 33,462 just above there is where we want to get to. So you want to put 49 for a target, 33,258. 33,258. So this is going to be one place. Where's the target? So if the market pulls back, you want to go back up. Okay, and on the weekly, you can see that's 48, 33,637. 33,637 is pretty much in this zone. 33,637 around here. All right, so this zone over here. So the market still has room to go up. In my opinion, it should. And then we should sell off again. All right, so we're going to have like a bit of an up move. We should break above this. Okay, take out the stops, close the gap, sell it off. All right, so that's that. NASDAQ, let's take a look. Now with NASDAQ, same kind of thing. Remember, this is a zone where this is now, it has broken here. This is the resistance zone, and that's your good buy kiss there. If the market pulls back into 34, which is 14,193, you can actually buy 14,193, which is pretty much there. Okay, so if the market does pull back, it'll close the gap as well. That's not a bad spot to buy in order to go long, because on the daily, it's a good buy kiss, and then you want to target 45.51, which is 14,506,929. So 506, 14,506 is going to be up here somewhere, and this is going to be your target. Okay, and what was the other one? 51, 51, 52 zone there. 14,700, 740. 14,700 there. All right, so it's about that zone there, which is fair enough. Okay, and why do you want to do that? Because look, the market's taking out these stops, and that's fine. We want to fill up a little bit of a gap there. On the weekly as well, this is a first level 47, 14,461. So 14,461, if selling comes in 14,461 around here, don't be surprised. Okay, why? This zone is going to be a sell zone. Okay, so if the market dips down in order to go up, you could also try your luck on the daily pivot, because this is where the market took off and made a higher high. Okay, broke above that, so that's fine. So if the market does come back down towards the daily pivot down here, okay, you still want to be going up to get into that zone, and then this zone is going to be a sell zone, so you got to be careful. But the whole idea is we should actually go up into that 14,604. Okay, 14, where is that? 604. So I've marked that in before. So 14,604, just make sure you keep this on the cards as well. Why? Because that's going to be your gap. All right. So you want to therefore come back into the daily. Okay. Therefore, you want to push it up, and eventually would want to take out this as well. Okay. So what you have to do now is get rid of this. Now this is done deal. It's game over. Thinking the other way. This is going to be your kill zone initially, but we should break above that. So we'll expect a sweep, okay, to come up a little bit higher and then sell off. Okay, so if this area is a little choppy, if it comes back down and then goes up, don't panic. It's supposed to do that. So we should come back a little bit. If it does come back a little bit, you can still buy in order to go up at Astro hours. But remember, it's a good push down. So the market will want to also make sure we go up a little bit before we're selling off. But remember, the market is going down. So be careful on your buys. Bitcoin daily. This is the zone. Okay, so that's your zone. We marked this in before. No dramas here. This is your swing day. I put the swing days up, as you know, so you can wait for those swing days to happen. And then from the highs, I'm expecting the market should come down. If it goes up a little bit more, I wouldn't panic too much. On the weekly, there's a gap there. And that 76 we marked in before, as you know, 36, 136. So 36, wait a second, 76, 36, 163. 36, 160. Oh, it's because it's so close. I couldn't get it on 36, 163. So it's around here, okay? Okay, but look, you know my take on Bitcoin. You hear it on every video. I'm not sick and tired of saying it because new people come and watch all the time. So in the long term, my vision is down until, you know, that special date we've got in 2024. And then on that day, we should be really thinking about buying for the long term. And that's basically is it. All right. Until then, you can sell the highs. You can sell the highs here. Look, these are all long-term highs. Okay. So this zone, you can sell in these zones. Not a problem at all. Okay. If it goes up there, don't panic. That's also a good sell zone. Okay. If it breaks below the weekly, you see you got targets there. On the daily, there's a breakdown here. Tomorrow might also be a good swing day down if it starts pushing down, and then you should, you know, see it at 33,664 or that 62 level 33,345. And that's all, folks, for today.